Coming up on this edition of Ravens Rundown, we are going to predict every single playoff game, whether it's for your Baltimore Ravens or the rest of the AFC, even the NFC games. I'm going to break them down for you and tell you how I see this ultimately playing out for Baltimore's path to Las Vegas. We'll go over that coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, I want to make sure you subscribe to Ravens Rundown. We are your playoff headquarters here on the channel. We're going to be live for every single game, and we're going to keep you updated with all the latest news and rumors happening with your favorite team. The countdown to the playoffs is on. We got you covered right here on Ravens Rundown. Coming up on today's show, we are talking about the NFL playoffs. We'll preview every game throughout the NFL postseason, and I'll give you my picks from the wild card round all the way up to the Super Bowl here on NFL Daily. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Before we get to my picks, I want to make sure you send some good vibes to your favorite team's direction. Like the video, don't jinx it. If you want your favorite team to hoist the Lombardi Trophy here in a few weeks, do your part, hit that like button, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's begin with the AFC side. The Ravens with the number one seed. They have the week off. They will await the lowest seed remaining in the AFC in the divisional round next week. The Bills, they are the 2 seed. They'll face the Steelers this week. The Chiefs are going to take on the Miami Dolphins, while the Houston Texans will face the Cleveland Browns. On the NFC side, the Niners have the number one seed and a week off this week, while the Cowboys will face the Green Bay Packers. The Lions will square off with the Los Angeles Rams, and then we will get the Bucks and Eagles to cap off Super Wild Card Weekend. Let's show you the schedule of games for Super Wild Card Weekend. It all starts with that Browns-Texans game on Saturday, followed by the Dolphins and Chiefs in prime time, and then we'll begin things with a triple header on Sunday with the Steelers and the Bills. And then we'll shift gears to the NFC side with the Packers, Cowboys, and the Rams, Lions in the nightcap on Sunday, and end things with the Eagles and the Bucks on Monday Night Football to close out Super Wild Card Weekend. So I want to know, before I give you my predictions for how this all shakes out, who will win the Super Bowl this year? Weigh in the comment section to let us know how you think this is ultimately going to play out, of who is going to take home the Super Bowl title for the 2023 through 2024 season. I'll let you know before the end of the show. Now, let's take a moment to tell you about today's sponsor. LinkedIn Jobs is the place to find the jobs that you're looking for the best candidates and also the right job for you. At the start of the new year, every small business owner is asking themselves the same question: what's the one move I could make that'll take my business to the next level in 2024? LinkedIn Jobs knows that your success all depends on the team you surround yourself with. That's why LinkedIn Jobs has created the tools to help you find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn isn't just another job board. LinkedIn has a vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, which makes it the best place to hire. Hiring is easy when you have many quality candidates. So, in fact, that 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. LinkedIn also knows the small businesses are wearing so many hats and might not have the time or resources to hire. Thankfully, with LinkedIn, the process is intuitive, quick, and easy. Post your job for free at LinkedIn.com/NFL Daily. That's LinkedIn.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. I've had a lot of luck with LinkedIn Jobs. Helped me get this job at Chat Sports. You can get a great job with LinkedIn Jobs as well. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. LinkedIn, glad to have them on board. All right, let's start with Wild Card Weekend. Texans and Browns. It's going to be, I think, a very good game. Maybe the best game of the entire weekend. The difference for me, I'll take C.J. Stroud over Joe Flacco personally. I know he's a rookie, but they're the home team. I think this one comes down to the very end. But this Texans team, I really like what they're doing. C.J. Stroud's been fantastic this year. I think they take care of business at home. The Chiefs, I think they defeat the Miami Dolphins. I know the Chiefs aren't playing great football right now. These two teams did face off earlier the year in Germany. But I don't think that the Dolphins are going to travel well with their offense trying to play in the cold weather of Kansas City. We've seen Patrick Mahomes play really well in years previously when it comes to the snow and cold weather games for the home team. Mahomes, Kelsey, Andy Reid, when it comes to playoff time, these guys have had it figured out in the past. I think the Chiefs take care of business. Then I have the Bills defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think this is going to be an interesting game for about 3 quarters, but I expect the Bills to pull away when it comes to the 4th quarter. The Bills are playing some really good football right now, and one of the hottest teams in the AFC at this point, Josh Allen, has really turned things around. He's on the right step with his receivers here. The Steelers have a lot to be excited about with what we've seen from Mason Rudolph and the way that they've played the last few weeks, but ultimately too much talent on the Bills side of the field. I'll take the Bills in that one. Let's go to the NFC side now. How about them Cowboys taking on the Green Bay Packers? This one's a mismatch. I know that we're going to talk plenty about Dallas and when it comes to the postseason struggles of the past, but facing this Green Bay Packers team, I think Dallas just overmatches Green Bay, and they've been the best team at home this year in the entire NFL. The Dallas Cowboys have, as they have the best record of any team at home this year. And Dak and that defense, what Dan Quinn's done with that side of the football here, I expect him to give Jordan Love a lot of problems that they'll win in the wild card round. Lions and Rams, as the Lions face Matthew Stafford, their former quarterback. He and Kelly making their return to Ford Field in Detroit. A lot of motivation for the Lions, hosting a playoff game, coming in with a division title. I like what I've seen from Jared Goff and that Detroit Lions offense. They got some playmakers. I think that the Lions got a chance to make some noise. This is a great game that comes down to the wire, but I slightly give an edge to the Lions to win that one. Bucks and Eagles is probably my upset pick of the weekend. I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Philadelphia Eagles just aren't playing good football right now. They have been a disaster over the last few weeks. I know the Bucs have had their ups and downs, but when you got a guy like Baker Mayfield's going to lay everything out on the line. I could see one or two things happening on Monday night. Baker Mayfield throws for 4 touchdowns and leads the Bucs to a playoff win, or he could throw 4 interceptions and everything goes disaster. I lean towards that we get the good version of Baker Mayfield. He pulls it off. They get it done against Philadelphia. Those are my wild card picks. We'll get to the divisional round in a moment. But first, are the Eagles frauds? I think that's the question that's been on a lot of people's minds over the last few weeks. Entering the postseason, this team that at one point looked like the best team in the NFL, and it's really gone downhill quickly. Are the Eagles frauds? Type C for contenders. P for pretenders. I think they're frauds. I think they're pretenders. What say you? Let us know in the comments section below. We are going to be covering the NFL postseason like no one else is here at Chat Sports, as we'll be bringing you our playoff previews and recaps, analysis. We're going to be live on our main Chat Sports channel for every single playoff game this postseason. If you want the best playoff coverage around, you got to subscribe. You ain't alive, you ain't subscribed to NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. Let's go to the divisional round. The Ravens squaring off with the Houston Texans. I'll take Baltimore to handle business against that Houston Texans team. This Ravens team looks great right now. I don't really care what happened against the Pittsburgh Steelers with their backups. Lamar Jackson, the MVP of the league. The offense really gelling the way it has. The defense looks like the best defense in football. No way in hell are the Houston Texans going to be able to slow down the Baltimore Ravens at home. Bills over Chiefs. This one is interesting to me. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes and the Chiefs have had their way with the Bills when it comes to the postseason. The Bills have not been able to get past the divisional round. And I think there's a lot of pressure on Sean McDermott that he's got to get to the conference championship if he wants to keep his job, especially with how bad they look to start the season. I think the Bills are a better football team than the Chiefs at the moment. The Chiefs receivers have really struggled throughout the year. The Bills are a better roster, 1 through 53, than what Kansas City is. I like the Bills to defeat Kansas City. 49ers over the Bucs. 49ers off the bye week. That team, Brock Purdy and company, with the weapons they have with McCaffrey and company there, you look at the roster, too much talent for San Francisco. They're not going to lose at home to Baker Mayfield. I like them to get things done there just fine. And then another upset. The Lions. Yes, the Detroit Lions find a way to get to the NFC Championship game, defeating those Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? The Cowboys lose in the divisional round. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Because we all know it's going to happen, right? Yes, it's Dak, it's Mike McCarthy, but eventually this all goes the wrong direction. The Lions should have won when these two teams faced a couple weeks ago, but they were robbed red-handed by the officials. I think they're going to come in extra motivated, and you'll see that Dan Campbell team put a chip on their shoulder, get it done, take down the Dallas Cowboys in the divisional round to advance to the conference championship. What will happen with the Dallas Cowboys? Will they finally get out of the divisional round and get to the NFC Championship this year? What do you guys think? Y for yes, in for no. I'm spamming no. I'm going no personally. What do you guys think? Get your predictions in and of how far those pesky Dallas Cowboys will go. To the AFC Championship game we go, and you know I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens to take down the Buffalo Bills. And not only do I like the roster better for the Baltimore Ravens on both sides than I do Buffalo, coaching still matters in this league. And I'm going to take John Harbaugh over Sean McDermott any day. But even taking it a step further, you look at what Todd Monken has done, coordinating one of the best offenses in football this year. He has been phenomenal on that side. Meanwhile, the defense, Mike McDonald, looks like he's doing an incredible job with one of the best defenses in football here. To me, that's the difference. Coaching gets the Ravens this win, not just the talent on the football field, but a coaching advantage gets the Ravens back to the Super Bowl. On the NFC side, I'm going with the 49ers to defeat the Detroit Lions. It's a great story of the season that we have seen from the Detroit Lions, and getting to the NFC Championship would be a big accomplishment. But at the end of the day, you look at that 49ers team with all that talent there, I think they would be overmatching Detroit. And Kyle Shanahan, that team, they've been hungry. They've come very, very close so many times before. I think this is the year they finally break through and find their way to get to the Super Bowl. That takes us to Las Vegas, to the Super Bowl, and da-da-da-da, my Super Bowl pick, winning the Lombardi Trophy. I have the Baltimore Ravens taking home their third Super Bowl title in franchise history as they defeat the San Francisco 49ers to win their first championship since 2012. And the logo theory ends up working out with the Ravens and the Niners getting to the Super Bowl there. I think these are the two best teams in football at this point. And when we saw them play a few weeks ago, the Ravens went into San Francisco, they inserted their will, and they looked like the much better team than San Francisco was. And that defense, I don't see any way anybody is stopping that Baltimore Ravens defense right now. Lamar Jackson, that offense, they're very good, but that defense is elite. It's one of the best defenses we've seen in quite some time. I like the Ravens to walk away with the Lombardi Trophy this year. Who will win the Super Bowl? You heard my prediction. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. What say you? Get in that comment section and let us know what you think. If you enjoyed today's show and all our Super Bowl predictions, go ahead and like the video, and we'll see you next time here on NFL Daily.